بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد فقد قال الله عز وجل في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الأمي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Most honorable elders, dear respected brothers, friends, my youth and honorable mothers and sisters listening, in a beautiful hadith narrated by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it is mentioned, المؤمن القوي خير من المؤمن خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف. The strong believer, the able believer, the believer willing to do good deeds, the believer willing to use his self, his energy, his body, let's say to earn himself a living in comparison to just sitting and taking money. Al-Mu'min al-Qawi, the strong believer, the able believer, the believer willing to work. Khayrun is better. وَأَحَبُّ إِلَى اللَّهِ, and more beloved to Allah, مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِ الضَّعِيفِ, than the weak believer, then the lazy believer, then the believer who's not willing to work, the believer who's not willing to use their energy that Allah has given them, whether physical or whether mental. A person who's not willing to help despite they are able. A person who's not willing to give advice despite they have time. A person who's behaving like he's unable due to laziness, whereas Allah has made him fully able to do something. Al-Mu'min al-Qawi khayrun wa ahabbu ila Allah min al-Mu'min al-Da'if. After mentioning this, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam then encouraged all the congregation there that ista'in billah, that ihris ala ma yanfa'uk wasta'in billah, that be wantful and desiring for everything that is good for you. Desire it for yourself. You find something good for you, desire it. At least internally think to yourself that you want this thing. Your mind is telling you this is good for me, so get your heart to desire as well. Get your heart to desire as well. Subhanallah. These are all the gems of overcoming laziness. These are all the gems of overcoming laziness. So a youngster is lying there on the couch. He's lying there on the couch and he's thirsty. Now his mind is telling him that, look, you're thirsty. You know, you need to drink something. But his body is absolutely lazy. And he doesn't even make an intention in his heart. He doesn't desire from his heart that I want this water. So what does this lazy person do? He behaves like he is incapable of getting up. He's really not incapable, because Allah has given his limbs everything that they need to get up and get that glass of water. But he behaves like he is incapable. So he doesn't desire from his heart. Because he doesn't desire from his heart, he will remain there on his couch, waiting for his mother to come downstairs, or his wife to come from the other room to this room, or for his child to walk through that door, so that he can, without moving the body, just again by force move his lips and say, can you please give me that glass of water? Astaghfirullah. Allahu Akbar. Lots of brothers smiling. It just seems like a reality. And this is what's happening within our homes. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that's why he said to us that ihris ala ma yanfa'uk, have hirs, and have this desire, this intense desire to get what you want, to take what you need. Desire it from inside, because until you don't desire it from your heart, your body isn't going to cooperate with you. Your mind might tell you that this is right, this is wrong, I need this, I don't need this, I want this. But until your heart is not on your side, your body isn't going to cooperate with you. But however, mind, heart and body, combine all three together. If Allah doesn't want good to come to you, if Allah doesn't want you to drink at that time, if Allah wants you to remain thirsty, then there is nothing that you can do to gain benefit and to acquire that benefit, to gain that success. There's nothing that you can do. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam then said, "Wasta'in billah." That okay, you've created the intent, desire from your heart now. You're able with your body. You've created the intent, desire from the heart to go and do this good deed, but still ask the assistance of the Creator, because without His assistance and permission, you will not be granted the benefit nor the success. Wasta'in billah. So even after you put your mind, body, soul and heart, everything, you exert everything to benefit yourself. This could be for work as well. This could be for training as well. Could be for anything. You exert your entire self. Even then, if Allah does not want, you will not achieve it. Wasta'in billah. Seek the assistance of the Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam continued. Subhanallah, look at this training of the mind that's happening. This conditioning of the mind and how to think. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that do not say if and but. Do not bring that in your conversation after you have exerted all your effort. You put your mind, your soul, your body, your heart behind it, and you sought the help of Allah. Still it didn't go your way. Still you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve. Then don't use if I did this, because of this. Don't use your ifs and buts inside there. Why? Because فَإِنَّ لَوْ عَمَلَ الشَّيْطَانِ فَإِنَّ لَوْ عَمَلُ الشَّيْطَانِ. Because low is the deed of Satan. It is the deed of shaitan. Low is the deed of shaitan. And low تفتح عمل الشيطان. Low, it opens the door to the whispers of shaitan and the actions of shaitan. Don't say low. O kama qala alayhi salatu wasalam. Don't say low. Don't say if. Don't say but. Once you put your mind, body and soul to it, and you ask the help of Allah, if it still didn't work out for you, that means this is what Allah wanted for you. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam finished off the hadith by saying qul. Instead of saying if and but, say qaddar Allah wa ma sha'a fa'al. Say Allah decreed this for me, and whatever He wishes He will do. So this is what Allah wanted for me. That's why even after having exerted my mind, my body, my soul, my heart, and asked Allah for assistance, I still wasn't successful in this. This still didn't work out for me. This is because Allah wanted it exactly like this for me. My dear respected brothers, my elders and my youth, being lazy is the action of the dead. Because being lazy, a lazy person doesn't do anything, and the dead also don't do anything. Allah has given you life, Allah has given you spirit, Allah has given you movement, Allah has given you a working mind, Allah has given you limbs that work as well. Use them and don't behave like the dead. And the greatest deed that you can do for yourself is the deed which you earn through your own efforts. In the hadith it comes, the greatest deed is the deed that you do through your own hands, through your own effort. So don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. If you have the ability to work 20 hours, then don't work 10 and take free money. If you have the capacity, the mental capacity to resolve a dispute between two people, then don't step back and just watch that dispute. Let it be. The energies that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, these are a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have to use this trust. In a dua, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he sought refuge in Allah from being incapable to do something and from being lazy. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-hazan wal-ajzi wal-kasal. O Allah, I seek your refuge in from worry, min al-hammi wal-hazan, and from grief. The ulama, they mention that grief is exercised on something which is of the past. Grief, you're grieved about something that's happened, and you worry about something which is coming ahead. The lazy person who behaves incapable, he will not do what it takes for him to come out of the grief. What does it take to come out of the grief? It takes patience. He won't be patient because he just doesn't want to muster up the energy to be patient. He won't increase his reliance on Allah, nor sit in talks of scholars who will encourage him to rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He won't come into the masjid in the company of the brothers who are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He'll just stay in that corner of his room with his blinds closed, with his curtains shut, with no lights on, not eating, not drinking, and staying in his grief. Why? Because of his laziness. So laziness doesn't help you come out of the past, and laziness doesn't help you head into the future with confidence. Because a person who's worrying about the future, how can he resolve that worry? By actioning today, by doing something now. He can resolve the matters of the future. He can help himself if he does something today. But if he is lazy and he's behaving incapable, then he won't even resolve his matters of the future. So for the past he's in trouble. For the future he's in trouble as well. Why? Because of laziness. Laziness is such a bad thing. Laziness is such a bad thing. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that you seek protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from bukhl and jubn. Bukhl is miserliness and jubn is cowardliness. Bukhl is miserliness, when a person doesn't spend where he needs to spend. So when he is lazy internally and he doesn't find in himself the ability to give. Why? Because he's not concerned about anyone. He's not concerned about himself, never mind anyone else, so he'll be stingy. And he's coward as well, meaning if Allah wanted him to use his body for something, forget about jihad in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He can't even use his body to fulfill the rights of his family. Why? Why is he coward? Because he's lazy internally. And concluding, وَغَلَبَتِ الدَّيْنِ and وَضَلَعِ الدَّيْنِ وَغَلَبَتِ الرِّجَالِ. And also Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sought refuge from the overpowering loan and debt, and from becoming succumbed by men, meaning overpowered by men as well, being suppressed by men. So being suppressed by a loan, a debt, and being suppressed by men. And the ulama mentioned that these two, I don't have time to explain, but even these two are a result of laziness as well. Even these two are a result of laziness as well. So laziness, my youth, my elder, my brothers, my sisters, is a very, very harmful quality, very, very harmful attribute, and we can overcome this. And inshallah, Allah willing, next Jumu'ah I will discuss that how we can overcome this laziness. What can we do? from the Quran, from the Sunnah, and from practical steps. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first of all give me the rest of you the ability to act upon what has been said. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanallah al-azim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Please